Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got question Chase, has got the facts. Talking NFL numbers, he's got your back. A little chart trend ball, man, he's got it like that. Chasing data by do champions. Chasing data applies to everyone. Chasing data, yeah, we're live today. Chasing data for always. Chasing data by do champions.
What's up? Welcome to another episode of Chasing Data. We are back again, week 13, and we are getting close to the playoffs. We have teams that are being eliminated. We have teams that are getting close to clinching. We have Thanksgiving football. We're getting close to all of it. It's all coming to the end of the season. It's getting really, really important. Each game has more and more weight at this point of the season, and the numbers matter more. So if you're new to the show, everything here is stats-based, numbers-based, more numbers than X's and O's. But we'll get straight into it, and we will talk about the first game. We got 3 Thursday games this week. Number 1, Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions, Thursday Thanksgiving football. And that is at noon Central Time. So right now, the Chicago Bears are actually first place in the division. The Packers are second, and the Lions are third at 7-4. Looking at what these teams have done, I mean, it seems like lately the Lions have been so dependent on Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, last week he just went absolutely insane against the Giants in that game. When you look at the box score of what he did last week, he had 15 carries for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 11 receptions for 45 and a touchdown. I mean, he is a complete weapon at this point. You look at like the advantages or the keys to this game, in my opinion. The quick pass. I mean, the Green Bay Packers are number 1 in the NFL in the quick pass, while the Lions are middle ground. They're around 14th, and that's based on EPA per dropback. When you look at what Jordan Love can do with the quick pass, he now has Christian Watson, who has been getting a ton of target share since he's come back into the fold, especially with Tucker Kraft being out. I expect him to focus on that. And I mean, I want to see, can the run game finally do something? Can they finally do something? I don't know that they're going to. But yeah, I mean, Green Bay passing offense is where the focal points at. They're number 1 passing versus the blitz. They're number 1 passing against no pressure. On the flip side, where they're weak at is running outside the tackles, and that's where one of the highlight spots of the Lions. They're number 6 in that area. Let me get to your question in 1 second. When you look at the Lions and how they can win this game, I mean, what's Jared Goff going to do? I mean, this offense has been kind of up and down this season, so I'm curious to see what they do going forward. I mean, what iteration of the Lions offense are we going to get? I expect to see a ton of under center play action from Jared Goff. Whenever he played this year in week 1, he was 9 for 10 for 86 yards and a touch. Well, no touchdown. But he just excels. This is what he does against the Packers. The Packers defense allowed a 91% completion percentage versus under center play action passes in the last 3 meetings against the Lions. Everyone else, 65%. So expect to see a lot of that. All right, Myers or Brian Thomas Jr. rest of the season. I mean, I think the higher standard with Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, I'm hoping that Jacoby Myers kind of opens it up more for BTJ if he can hold on to the ball. His catch rate over expected has been one of the worst all season. Appreciate the follow as well. But with this game, I mean, I don't trust the Packers necessarily. I don't know what iteration of the Lions we're going to get, but I'm leaning on the front 4 of the Packers to get to Jared Goff, and we know that he just drops off exponentially whenever he is pressured. The Packers are only 14th in quarterback pressure rate, honestly. but we know how much Jared Goff is affected in those situations. I get ETN and Tyler Warren for Kyron. I got Brown, Rico, Harvey, and Char. Yeah, I would make that trade. Drop Caleb or Jones for Burrow. I think you drop Caleb Williams. I feel like there's a lower floor for him. Daniel Jones just played so well. He's got the weaponry of Jonathan Taylor that can always get him out of a bad situation. But if you're going to drop one, I'd drop Caleb Williams. Waddle or Olave. I think we go Waddle. I trust that offense way more. Thoughts on the Bills signing Brandon Cooks? So Brandon Cooks, I mean, it's kind of hard to really say what he is as a player, especially in the offense that he's been in this year. But his entire 2025 season, he only has 19 receptions, 165 yards. His average separation is the highest has been of his career. He's at 3.4 average yards of separation. Air yards per target is the lowest of his career. I still think he has a 76% catch rate. I think there's an upside to him, especially when you look at the Bills wide receiver room, and they will take whatever they can get at this point. What's up, Seahawks fan page? Appreciate you stopping by. Barkley or Travion Henderson for a start. I still don't like the running back by committee stuff that they're doing in New England. I know that offense has been looking good. At some point, I know we're at week 13 and it still hasn't happened. At some point, Saquon Barkley has to get back to where he was. But we're not there yet. But I mean, still, Travion is so volatile in this offense. So yeah. Who's my favorite NFL team? It is the Ravens. I have a Ravens shirt. Usually I switch shirts every week. Decided to go back to the Ravens this week and just kind of hoping that they can get the AFC North. Is Egbuka startable with Bridgewater? I would still say so because he is basically wide receiver one in that offense. Bridgewater is a serviceable backup. It's not like you're getting someone, I mean, the likes of J.J. McCarthy under center. But I would still start Egbuka. Second game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are still vying for a playoff spot right now. When you look at the standings going into this week in the NFC, the Cowboys are 5-5-1. So they are technically, I mean, the 7th seed is 8-4. They got to win. They have 6 games left. You would assume they have to go at least 9-7-1 to have a chance to playoffs. That means 4-2 for the rest of the season. Do they have a chance against the Chiefs? Absolutely. The Chiefs, this is a must-win game basically for both teams. The Chiefs right now at 6-5, they're currently just one game out, but they do not have the tie break. They are the 10th currently based on tiebreakers. So obviously they need to win as well. But looking at this game, the Chiefs off. I mean, this is going to be Rashee Rice if he can play. That's going to be the big thing. He was injured late in the game this past week, but is he playing? Because it's Cowboys defense. I don't see them playing as well as they did, especially the secondary against the Eagles, against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is just going to pick them apart. What's the way that the Cowboys could win this game? I mean, Dak just playing out of his mind. He's currently that offense is number 3 in efficiency as far as play action, and the Chiefs are next to last in play action as far as EPA per passing play. So that's the one way they could win the game. We're going to talk about it a little more. Let me get some of these comments. Trade Rashee and Genty for Bijan. Rashee and Genty for Bijan. My other wide receivers. Yeah, I'd go all in. I don't know how much upside you're going to get with Bijan, especially with no Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins being under center. But yeah. Dart or Brissett according to the matchup. So when you look at who they are playing this week, they are let's see who was all right. So Brissett is playing the Tampa Bay secondary. Jackson Dart is going up against the likes of New England. I feel like I go Dart just because he has the ability to run the ball in himself, and it's going to be a high scoring game in New England. Just simple as that. Just saw someone's top 10 list had Pats at 10, Chiefs at 1, and Seahawks off the list. They are trying to rage bait you at this point, I do believe. Uh, Primo, appreciate you stopping by though. So with this Chiefs and Cowboys game, some of the things I'm looking at with the matchups, obviously George Pickens, what is he going to do? I mean, he's going to get McDuffie coverage, I guess. But Dak Prescott has used play action on 29% of his dropbacks this season, seventh highest. 80% completion percentage, second highest. 9.3 yards per attempt, the fourth highest. 12 touchdowns, second most. The Chiefs have allowed a league high 79% completion percentage and 10.2 yards per attempt, the fourth most, versus the play action. So I think that's where the Cowboys, if they're going to win this game, that's where they have to go to win it. When you look at, wrong thing. Look at the Dallas Cowboys, and based on what they did last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, that was like middle ground, a positive 0.05 EPA per pass. So that's much better than what they've done this season. Overall, that was their fourth best defensive game, and two of their top four have come in the last 2 weeks. Defense is coming around potentially, but I mean, can they be the 20th best defense? If they can be the 20th best defense, I think there is a path for them to make the playoffs. Especially when you look at their remaining schedule. Look at the Cowboys' remaining schedule. They have the Chiefs and the Lions. Let's say they go 1-1 there. They beat the Vikings, and then they have Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Like I said, they need to go 4-2 over this last six, and I think that's very possible at this point. JT for Cook and Jacobs. I think you do it, especially if you need depth. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, can he keep up what he did in the first 10 weeks? I'm not necessarily sure, especially if Daniel Jones starts to regress some. I think you go for it. All right, Rome, Debo, DK, and Christian Watson. Go Christian Watson because he has such a high target share. He has, especially against man coverage against the Lions. Lions have run a high level of man coverage against the Packers as of late. And since Tucker Kraft has gone down, Christian Watson has been getting the highest target share on the team. So Christian Watson and if let's see, the Bears play the Eagles, so I don't feel good about Rome Odunze. So I think we go DK, assuming Aaron Rodgers is there. Rico and Chase Brown. Rico for Chase Brown and Rome and Kamara for Devontae. Yeah, Rico for Chase Brown, especially with Joe Burrow coming back, and no to the other three. Game 3 of Thursday. Thursday, Thanksgiving football. I mean, these games did not look too great a few weeks back, but now, man, these are three solid matchups. Not necessarily for the Bengals and them and their playoff aspirations, but for the fact that Joe Burrow is coming back and they're playing the Ravens, who are ahead. They're currently the 4th seed in the AFC because they currently have the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh, even though they haven't played. But it's just because they're 2-0 in the division. We have 2 games against the Steelers coming up. But when you look at this game, Jamar Chase, he's had 112 snaps versus the Ravens defenders in coverage last season. 26 came against Brandon Stevens last season, no longer on the team. Humphrey covered him for 16, Nate Wiggins 14. When he was up against Marlon Humphrey, he was targeted 5 times, 3 catches for 48 yards. And Marlon Humphrey had an interception. Just 1 for 12 when he was going up against Nate Wiggins. So, interesting to see who gets him in this one. He's only caught 3 of 13 of his deep targets this season, which is on pace to tie his lowest catch rate of his career on such targets, 23%. Again, they're playing the Ravens, so I don't really know what we're going to get out of that secondary for sure. Derrick Henry against the Bengals defense. We know the Bengals defense has been terrible this season. He's been contacted at or behind the line of scrimmage on 51% of his carries, fifth highest rate in the NFL. And but he's still just that average on tackles for loss. When you look at the defense I mean, this is going to be a totally different game, especially with Joe Burrow under center. Um, how can the Bengals win this game? I mean, just it being a 42-39 final score. But I mean, when you look at the Ravens offense, they're rushing against light boxes. They're number 4, the Bengals are next to last. Overall rushing efficiency, the Ravens are number 5, the Bengals are next to last. Design runs, the Ravens are number 6, the Bengals are next to last. Passing versus play action, the Ravens are number 6, the Bengals are fourth worst. I mean, there's just it's going to have to be a high scoring game in order for them to win. But I don't know that they get there, honestly. We can go Ravens in that one for sure. Then we get a Black Friday game. We have the Bears traveling to Philadelphia. Man, this is like, I mean, when you look at the rest of the schedule, I mean, there may be one other game that's better than this for this week. The Texans at the Colts, Rams at Panthers. I don't think so. But I mean, these 4 games that we're getting between Thursday and Friday are absolutely amazing compared to what we've got in years past. When you look at the Bears and the Eagles, I mean, the advantages for the Bears, what I expect them to do in this game, though it doesn't happen too often, I'm curious to see if the Eagles can contain the quarterback scrambles. I mean, right now, the Caleb Williams is number 3 in the NFL, and the Eagles are dead last versus those said scrambles. So they got to contain that. Passing versus play action, the Bears are slightly above average, but the Eagles are dead last. That's 2 things I'm focused on as far as the Bears. Olave, Michael Wilson, or Lamb, 2 can start. I think we go Lamb and Michael Wilson just for the fact of the sheer amount of targets that we're going to get from Jacoby Brissett being under center. You know, we're going to throw the ball 40 times at least. On the Eagles side of the ball, can they put together a full game of offense? A full game altogether. They play well in the first half and then they drop off. They play bad in the first half and then they play well in the second half. There's always something with them. And it's never a full 4 quarters of gameplay that they play well. This is a true toss-up in my head. I think the Eagles should obviously win it. They are 7-point favorites in this game. I could see them winning by 7. I could also see them losing by 3, but I do think they do win this one easily. And the Bears, I mean, I feel like they've overachieved. For them to have 8 wins already, saying something. Dak or May for this week. So Dak's going up against Kansas City, and they are one of the worst teams against play action, and Dak is one of the best quarterbacks when running play action from under center. When you look at Drake May, he's going up against the Giants, who just fired their defensive coordinator. Don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. If I had to choose one, I go Dak Prescott. Him with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, they've been playing great right now. Appreciate the follow as well. Next game. So the best 4 games of 4 of the best 5 games of the week are probably on Thursday and Friday. Who do you think is going to win the college football playoffs? I don't keep up with college enough to have a true opinion. Indiana's going to shock the world. Get Javonte for Waddle. Our running back right now are Judkins and Etienne. I think I stick with Javonte, especially because if you get Waddle, then you're going to have 2 Miami pass catchers per se. So I really think I would stick with Achane and Javonte, and Judkins as well. So, all right. First game Sunday that I have on my list, Rams at the Panthers. We all know what Matthew Stafford is doing right now. He's playing absolutely out of his mind. He's thrown 24 touchdowns versus the blitz, more than double than any quarterback this season. He's also done this while not throwing an interception. So he has 24 touchdowns versus the blitz, 0 interceptions. He was the favorite for MVP coming into Week 12. It's only increasing from there. I mean, I hadn't checked the odds, but he's still the favorite for MVP, which is wild to say. Basically, based on what we knew coming into around preseason time, they're worried at how healthy he was with his back issues that he was having, and now he's MVP favorite. Trade Jefferson and Dowdle for Pickens and Judkins. Yeah, do that 100%. That's very quick and easy, in my opinion. Judkins, I'm not too high on, but he can't be any worse with Shador under center versus Dylan Gabriel. So yeah, Justin Jefferson, unless Max Brosmer comes in there and plays lights out, which is very possible that he could be better than JJ McCarthy. The bar is very low. Dowdle has regressed, and Pickens has the second most receiving yards in the NFL. So give me Pickens and Jokins as a consolation prize. Bryce Young, man, he is just, when you look at his advanced numbers this year, I mean, he's doing better. I think they still stick with him for another year, give him another opportunity. But right now, he's 28 in EPA per dropback. Oh, well, tied for 27th. When you look at what he's done each year, has he truly improved? He's actually playing worse overall now this season versus last. His EPA per dropback last year was minus 0.1. Now it's minus 0.13. His completion percentage over expected has decreased. His completion percentage has gone up. His rating is nearly the same. Last season, in 12 starts, he had 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. This year, he has 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So he's not taking that next leap. He got a number one receiver in Ted McMillan. I know he lost Robert Hunt and Austin Corbett, but he has not improved enough for me to preclude them from or prevent them from taking a quarterback next year. We still got a few weeks left. See what he can do. He could still get them into the playoffs. I think if he gets them into the playoffs, obviously he holds on to his spot. They're currently the 9 seed in the NFC at 6-6, but they're only a half game behind the Bucks, who may or may not have Baker Mayfield in Week 13. R.J. Harvey or Kenneth Walker this week. So when you look at their matchups, you have R.J. Harvey, who's going up against Washington Commanders. Their run D is better than their pass D. Kenneth Walker going up against Minnesota. Their defense is, I mean, they would be much better probably statistically if they had a quarterback. But when you look at the EPA allowed per rush, the efficiency ratings of those two teams, Seattle is sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Seattle is going up against Minnesota. Minnesota is currently 19th in EPA allowed per rush. The Commanders are 25th. So statistically speaking, it's probably better to go with the R.J. Harvey versus the Commanders. As far as explosive runs allowed, the Commanders have allowed the fourth most in the NFL. So I think you go R.J. Harvey. Next game on the docket, we have. Let's go with these big games. This is obviously one of the biggest games of the week. We have the Houston Texans, who are 6-5, and they started the season 0-3 and were 3-5, and they've won 3 in a row now. And that's 3 straight games with Davis Mills under center, which is quite intriguing to say the least. When you look at EPA per dropback for them, CJ Stroud is 11th on the season. Is Davis Mills? Davis Mills may not qualify yet. Let me see. You see, so CJ Stroud in his starts this season has a positive 0.07 EPA per dropback. You look at Davis Mills, he's 3-0 for one thing, but his EPA per dropback currently for this season is minus 0.1. So a 0.2 EPA per dropback swing. But I mean, he's been serviceable. He's been managing the games. He has nothing wins. I don't think he takes CJ's spot unless they win again this week. Then what do you do if they win 4 in a row and then beat the division leading Colts? CJ maybe starting. I may have missed that. Burrow or Herbert? I think you go Burrow, especially against the Ravens defense. I know they've improved as of late, but you go Burrow. But going back to this Davis Mills-led Houston Texans team versus the Indianapolis Colts. You look at Jonathan Taylor. I mean, he's still amazing. Probably going to be Offensive Player of the Year. Had a down week last week, 16 for 58, no touchdowns against the Chiefs. He's had 2 down weeks in the past 3. The game in between against the Falcons, he had 244 yards on the ground. So it's hard to predict what you're going to get out of him. The Texans' defense, though, is, I think, the best. I made the argument prior to the season that they were the best, and I think that they are, and I think they will be going forward. When you look at EPA allowed per play, they are currently number 1. They're tied with the Rams being number 1, honestly. Burrow or Lamar? I think we go Burrow. I think we go Lamar as the higher floor, especially with Burrow. I'm afraid he may be rusty. Not really sure. The Bengals defense is worse than the Ravens defense. It's probably going to be a high scoring game regardless. I think we go Lamar. All right, Texans and Colts. I honestly think the Texans win this game. They're currently 4.5-point underdogs, plus 185 to take them to win straight out. But I think they win this game. I think they go forth and beat the Colts. The Colts are the highest scoring team in the NFL right now. But when you look at the Houston Texans, they have to be the second best points per game allowed, 16.5. They allow the fewest yards per game. This defense is playing out of its mind. What other games of note this week? We have some bad ones for sure. We have the Niners taking on the Browns, and the Niners are only 4.5-point favorites right now, which is crazy. I guess they saw how many interceptions Brock Purdy threw in the first half. Shedeur makes that team slightly better than what Dylan Gabriel was doing. But you have an 8-4 team versus a 3-8 team, and it's only a 4.5-point spread, which is absolutely wild. You have the 2-9 Saints traveling to Miami, 4-7 Dolphins. The Dolphins, I think they have to go 5-1 at minimum to have a chance at the playoffs. They're currently 4-7. And they have the Saints, Jets, Steelers, Bengals, Bucks, Patriots. So there is a chance they go 5-1, especially that they play the Patriots in Week 18. They could be sitting their starters. Another game of no meaning. The Falcons 4-7 versus the Jets, who are 2-9. This is a game playing for a draft pick, but the Falcons don't want to lose it because they don't even have a first-round pick next year. They're currently a field goal favorite over the Jets. The over-under is 39 points. I'm going to say this is about to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a defense who can turn the ball over the least. Lose that game. Then you have the Cardinals at the Bucks. This is another game. It's important to the Bucks, but the Bucks are probably starting Teddy Bridgewater. The Cardinals are 3-8, not making the playoffs yet again. I don't think Gannon may be out. I know Kyler Murray has been hurt, but Jacoby Brissett's come in and played better than what Kyler Murray has. And has it really mattered? Dart or Jones this week? Jackson Dart plays the New England Patriots. Daniel Jones plays the Houston Texans. By far, Daniel Jones on any other week, but I think we go Jackson Dart because he has the easier matchup. Daniel Jones, who has been getting pressured a little more as of late, has struggled based on his standards for the first 10 weeks of the season. He's going up against the best defense in the NFL and the Houston Texans. We saw what the Houston Texans defense did to Josh Allen last week. So, by default, we go Jackson Dart. Another game has semi-relevance. The Jags they're not even a touchdown favorite against the 1-10 Tennessee Titans. They're 6.5-point favorites. They should win this game. If not, Trevor Lawrence, someone help him. He has the third lowest completion percentage in a clean pocket at 63%, while throwing 8 interceptions. I don't think he's the quarterback of the future. Is Worthy due to break out? Against the Cowboys defense, anything's possible. Their secondary, while it has improved, is not the best. As far as EPA allowed per pass, they are now the 5th from worst. They were the worst through the first third of the season. So they've improved as of late. Start May, Dak, or Burrow. Oh man, man, if you have those choices, oh my God, what team do you have? Burrow worries me due to the rust factor of not being able to play. I know he's going up against the Ravens defense, and these games usually tend to be high scoring. Um, Dak is the best quarterback right now under center play action, and that is what the Chiefs struggle with the most. They are second worst in the NFL against under center play action snaps. Drake May is going up against the New York Giants, who just fired their defensive coordinator. So I go May. I think you could easily go Dak as well. Do I trust Bucky at all this week? Irving? No, I don't trust that running back by committee backfield. Odunze or Bucky in the flex? Odunze because well, I think the secondary is gettable in Philadelphia. We saw what Shimano, appreciate the follow. Uh, we saw what George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. I'm not saying Odunze is that. Bucky in the flex. I just don't trust the running back by committee. You also may not have Baker Mayfield, which is going to affect the run game as well. You're probably going to have a more stacked box against that running back by committee. Sean Tucker's getting more carries. He's possible a snap count. Yeah, he's on a snap count due to the committee approach that they're taking in Tampa Bay. Rashad White's had good games. Sean Tucker has made some impact on this offense. So I don't see like any of those three getting 20 carries. Tracy or Myers at the flex? Are we saying Tyrone Tracy? I assume that's who you're talking about. Jacoby Myers is going up against the Tennessee Titans. I think we go do that just due to that factor alone. I don't think we need to discuss much further, but I think that is the go-to right there. Let's see. You got the 4 and 7. Let's see. All right, Tucker or Williams in the flex? Kyron Williams? If it's Kyron Williams, obviously Kyron. There's not many more games of note this week. You have the Minnesota Vikings, who are they even starting J.J. McCarthy? If they don't, I'm curious to see what Max Brosmer can do against Seattle. Seattle is a terrible defense to go against. Jameson Williams. I think we go Jameson Williams. Trey Tucker is held back by Geno Smith's ineptitude. Yeah, White is getting phased out. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like the Bucks are full committee at this point. They are full committee. They do not have a bell cow running back. Bucky was at the beginning of the season, but I think that's just my opinion on what's going to happen this week. Again, also they do not have Baker potentially, which affects that. Egbuka or DK? Egbuka has potentially Teddy Bridgewater against the Cardinals. DK is going up against the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills defense is more run weak as a defense. I think we go Egbuka. Would I trade away London for BTJ and Hampton? Yeah. I mean, especially since Kirk Cousins is a quarterback. Assume Baker is healthy. Yeah, you're going to lean the run game, but the problem with leaning the run game is the boxes are going to be stacked. Assuming if Baker's out. If he's playing, you're going to have a different defense if you're looking at. Start 4 in PPR. All right, let's see. Devontae Adams. I think you go Devontae and Kyron Williams, even though the same team. Jaylen Warren, because he's going up against the Buffalo Bills, who have one of the worst run Ds in the NFL. And so Devontae, Kyron Williams, Egbuka, and Jaylen Warren. I actually may go Justin Jefferson if Max Brosmer starts. He can't be any worse than what J.J. McCarthy has been. Kittle, Gadsden, I think. Goddard is going up against – well, all right, let me put it like this. If Chicago is missing their top 3 linebackers like they were last week, you go Goddard. If not, we go Kittle and Gadsden. Only other games of note this week. I mean, that's really it. There is a lot of how many games are at least touchdown favorites? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games this week are a touchdown favorite. And out of the games this week, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games that have a team with 3 or fewer wins. So with that said, I just don't really. There's not a lot. There's a lot of games that you can just bypass, especially Monday Night Football is a 10-2 team against a 2-10 team. Sunday Night Football is a 9-2 team versus a 3-8 team. Man, it is terrible, terrible primetime games. The best games of the week are early on. Thursday games. You get the Packers going to Detroit, the Chiefs going to Dallas, and then the Bengals going to the Ravens. Then on Friday we have the Chicago Bears traveling to Philadelphia for a Black Friday game, 2:00. But Chase Brown, because Joe Burrow's back, is going to open up the run game. The Lions are going up against the Packers. So I think you go R.J. Harvey, especially since R.J. Harvey's going up against the Washington Commanders, who have the 4th worst EPA allowed per rush in the NFL right now. Brissett, Dart, Jones, or Burrow. Burrow or Dart. Dart is going to be in a high-scoring game. Daniel Jones going up against the best defense in the NFL in the Houston Texans. Jacoby Brissett, potentially, just because he's going to throw 58 times probably in this game. But Burrow, number 1, I don't know. Maybe Jackson Dart, because it's going to be a high-scoring game. Like the rust factor with Burrow kind of worries me. But yeah. This game, the only team that's eliminated this week, going into this week, is the New York Giants. Nobody's clinched a playoff spot yet. Brissett or Herbert. So Justin Herbert playing against Las Vegas. Las Vegas has one of the worst. When you look at their pass defense, Brissett's going to throw it a lot. But when you look at the pass defenses, the Raiders have improved, honestly. But I'm trying to find them on my list here. They have the 9th worst pass. Oh no, the 8th worst. And they'd probably be allowing more pass yards per game if they weren't playing from behind. Also, Marion Hampton comes back. That's probably going to open up the pass more. So I trust Herbert more. Rams or Broncos defense this week. Rams for sure. Man, I think I still go Rams. Rams currently are tied as far as the EPA allowed per play, best defense in NFL, and they're going up against Bryce Young. You could get one. Bryce Young is so volatile this year. He's either very good or very terrible, like we saw last night on Monday Night Football. And this Rams defense, this front 4 is going to just wreak havoc on him. But the Broncos is the easy choice as well against the Commanders. Commanders have nothing going for them. But I trust offense in Washington more than I do the offense in Carolina. No problem. Gaston or Theo Johnston? Theo Johnson. I think I go Theo Johnson. I mean, he's been a focal point of the pass game more over the last few weeks. Jackson Dart is back. It's going to be a high-scoring game against the Patriots, I do believe. I mean, they're probably going to be playing from behind. The over-under is currently 46.5, which is on the higher end of a game. So I think I go Theo Johnson. But there are some. Let's see. I was trying to see. All right. No, that's not the one. All right. So strength of schedule. Who has the hardest schedule left? Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears. This is all teams. So the top 5 teams are all currently playoff teams right now, and 3 of the top 4 are in the NFC North. Teams that have the easiest that are trying to get into the playoffs, Tampa Bay Bucks have the 2nd easiest schedule. Jesus, New England has the 3rd easiest. Dallas has the 4th easiest. Miami has the 5th easiest. This is teams that are trying to get into the playoffs right now. When you look at the Baltimore Ravens, where are they at? Why am I overlooking? Oh, they have the 11th hardest. They have a game against the Patriots and the Packers. And then their 4 other games are divisional matchups with the Bengals and the Steelers. So they could definitely take control of the AFC North if they so please. I think that's it for tonight. Thank everybody for stopping by. If I can get to your question, just shoot me a DM and I'll be glad to answer it. Thanks for stopping by, Ben C. Bink. Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow as well. One other thing that I wanted to touch on was what are we going to get out of all right, when you look at Josh Allen and what he's done this year, he has turned over the ball. The problem with him, he last year we all praised him for his ability to be able to hold on to the ball. He already has 3 more interceptions this season and 5 fewer games than he did last year. His EPA per dropback is down substantially. He's still where is he ranked right now as far as EPA per dropback goes, which is an efficiency rating. If you're not familiar with it, EPA per dropback, he is currently 6th best. Last year, he was number 1. Would you start Nix, Burrow, or Darnold this week? Sam Darnold's going up against the Minnesota Vikings. They're going to blitz like crazy. Burrow, I'm worried about the rust factor but the pass defense, Nix is the worst of the 3, but the pass defense of the Washington Commanders is god awful. So I think I actually may go Nix. Try to get that high ceiling based on what they could get some explosive plays against the Commanders. Keep Vidal with Hampton coming back. If you just want to handcuff him, I don't think he's going to get enough run to be serviceable as a starting running back in fantasy. Maybe if you're in like a 14-team league, but I don't think it's feasible. Appreciate the follow, though. I think Sean needs to go. Are you talking about Sean Payton? Who are we talking about? Shakir or Wandale Robinson? Wandale Robinson, honestly. It's going to be a high-scoring game. He's like 9th in receiving yards right now, which is Sean McDermott, which is absolutely amazing for him. Especially with no Malik Neighbors playing this week. It's just crazy. Sean McDermott, yeah, he could be on the hot seat, especially if this team they're not winning the AFC East. The Patriots are 2.5 games ahead of them. I don't think there's a path there's only 6 games left. Not happening. Have Benson, Bucky, and Hampton has been a season. Yeah, I'm sure. Benson, IR. Bucky, IR. Well, was he on the IR? He was just out extended amount of time. Hampton, IR. Yeah, that's why fantasy is just a lucky guess. Patrick's still one of the best in the NFL. Yes. His efficiency ratings put him at one of the best in the NFL. Right now, as far as EPA per dropback, he has the 4th highest, tied for the 3rd highest EPA per dropback at a positive 0.17. His pressure rates right there, normal. 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I can't see off the top how many of those. But his EP, he's just so valuable to what this offense does, honestly, in my opinion. It's a down season for him. Still great, though. Top 5. I wouldn't say he's a top 3 quarterback this year. Top 5 to 7, though. Shakir, Parker Washington, and Devin Neal on waivers. Do I go for all 3? If not, who should I prioritize? Honestly, would go Parker Washington over Shakir. Devin Neal's going to get some carry, though. If you running backs always. Brian Thomas Jr. is coming back this week, likely. I think I actually go Devin Neal. All right, Vidal, Chuba, and Kamara, I'm confused about. Anyone you think I should drop and pick up instead? If you can get like a Kenneth Gainwell, that's the name that I keep seeing on waivers. I would go Kenneth Gainwell for sure. Potentially even Devin Neal. I would drop Vidal. Though. I don't think he's going to have a role in that offense. Who wins London and Brenton Strange for Devontae and Darren Waller? I'm low on Drake London, especially with Kirk Cousins being under center. I don't have high hopes for that offense at all. So I think you probably could get the best player out of those four is Devontae, and then Brenton Strange. I don't know. He was solid early in the game, early in the season. But I still think I lean Javonte and Darren Waller. Which two wide receivers? Egbuka, Johnston, Booty. Tez Johnson if Baker starts, but Egbuka if he. I think Egbuka. You can't start both of them, obviously. Egbuka and Keyshawn Booty. I think. What if London is sub for Wandale? Oh, Wandale. If you put Wandale in there, no, I'm not trading him. He's currently like 8th or 9th in receiving yards. He's been playing out of his mind this season. I think that's it for tonight. If I didn't get to your question, shoot me a DM. And appreciate everybody stopping by. Oh yeah, take the If you're getting the Brenton Strange side, yeah, take it. Especially if you're getting Wandale.